When we saw this the first time, everyone was saying, wow.
It was great to see the number of people whose heads turned when the vehicle drove by.
It was a real aha moment, a real vindication of what we could accomplish under the One Ford umbrella.
You really give it a go, and then you say, yeah, this is it.
What a great-looking car.
Mondeo is very, very important. It is the flagship in our showroom.
If you go all the way back to '93 when we launched it, we've sold over 4.5 million Mondeos since that point. So I believe that Mondeo is the pinnacle of our product offerings, particularly in Europe.
Mondeos have always been the vehicle where we've demonstrated what we can do. We've always tried to push the boundaries of performance, technology, the driving experience in the segment.
It showcases all the technologies we have. Quality, green, safe and smart, it's all there.
Mondeos have always been a very spacious vehicle, but a spacious vehicle that looks beautiful and is engaging to drive. And this new generation, I think, really epitomizes all of those strengths.
The Mondeo was always economical, it's very reliable, but now this Mondeo adds to it a design which is just a knockout. The first time you unveil a concept, you feel in the room whether it's going to be a success or not. And that feeling was right away was there, we knew. Of course, there is a science behind research, but in the end, the real answer is in the smiles of faces.
The side silhouette of the new Mondeo makes this car so unique. It's very dynamic and it's very sleek, but also supported by the crease line on the body side, which is actually starting at the front end of this vehicle at this very sleek headlamps, which are looking very technical and give the car a very bold look.
We looked at really every single line. Is it really running? Is it sharp enough? Should we go a little bit further to tighten up gaps? And when we saw this the first time, that was really a kind of a highlight that everyone was staying around and said, wow, sharp.
With this new program, we have introduced 3 major new technologies into the body construction facility. The first one, the most important, is laser bracing for Valencia. It's the first time we are joining the roof to the body side using the laser bracing technology. The second, and as well very important, is the use of hydroform tubes on the A-pillar, which also requires the use of laser. And the third one, and this is very innovative, is the use of magnesium and aluminium to build the lift gates and tailgates for the 5-door and the wagon versions.
I think the styling is a significant step forward, and when we researched it, and we research everything, it researched off the map.
The car was designed to be timeless, and when you look at this vehicle, it looks timeless.
When you approach the car, you see a beautiful vehicle and you really hope that, I hope they got everything right. And that's where our job starts, where you just come into the vehicle and you see all the leather interior, you see the beautiful stitching on the leather, and that's exactly what we do best.
Wir Menschen sind ja so gebaut, dass wir Bewegungsarbeit leisten müssen. Das heißt, Haltearbeit ist schädlich oder wenn wir lange in einer Position verharren. Der Fahrer muss sich wohlfühlen im Auto und da muss die Ergonomie stimmen.
When you're in a car, you cannot move around that much, especially as a driver. A multi-contour seat is a very adaptable seat and can accommodate a range of seat contours, but also has sophisticated massage features. Not everybody is the same. We not all wear medium clothes or the same size shoes. And it's the same with seats. It's one seat, but with all the adjustable functions, you can tailor fit it to the individual.
Technology is a signal to consumers, and a lot of brand perception, particularly here in Europe, is tied to the perception around technology and how well they are or are not a leader in technology. So making sure that we had all kinds of advanced features available in our product to cascade through our product portfolio for customers is extremely important.
Indeed, we took the lead implementing these features into our CD car.
The rear seat inflatable belt is on the market already in North America, and we're very proud of that technology because our scientists, together with universities, worked on that technology since many years. Now we are bringing that into Europe. How it works is these little tubes here are carrying pellets for gas generation. When the gas is generated, it flows through these tubes into the buckles, where the gas is then going into the folded airbag in the belt system.
Safety in the customer's eye stands for a lot more than just an accident that you can prevent or at least be better protected for. Safety has to do with core engineering quality. And safety is something, a ticket of entry. It's rather, if you don't have it, you will not be considered by this customer group.
We're getting so much feedback also from people who have been involved in accidents, saying big thank you to the development team, saved my life or the life of my partner. That's the best feedback, and it really makes us proud.
There are more than 500 components in one lamp. Historically, if you have 20 components within a headlamp, then you have quite a few. Now, within the new technology, the LED, it's not only about the appearance. You see the sequential activation of the yellow turn indicator, which supports the safety aspect by also supporting the guidance of the vehicle. And you see here the main beam units, which are shaping the beam according to the driving situation.
Every time you play being first in the industry, implementing all this, that is certainly always a challenge.
We have a fast evolving industry, and we are, with the new Mondeo, state-of-the-art and even exceeding some of the capability of most of our competitors. What we need to consider is that we make the application of those technologies seamless to the customers. They need to be intuitive if they want to interact with the technologies, but some of them need to be invisible.
If you think about the technology in this product, perpendicular parking, pedestrian detection, uprated sync, first time ever in the world inflatable rear seat belts. It's a valid competitor for people at the upper end who would consider premium vehicles.
When you see the first cars, it's always a bit like, oh, that's that color, or you want to see what the interior is like. They're a bit like your babies. They're a bit like, you know each one of them. You can't wait to see them driving around.
This fourth generation for me is without doubt the most beautiful Mondeo that we've brought to market. It's also the most involving driving experience that makes this vehicle an unbeatable proposition.
The story starts actually in 1993, where we launched the first Mondeo. And with that first Mondeo, Ford wanted to make a change internally, and they wanted to emphasize much more on vehicle dynamics.
I had some early experiences with Richard Parry-Jones driving in the car. Well, he was driving, I was hanging on. Richard was one of the founding fathers of the Mondeo. And it was Richard and his team that really put a lot of the driving dynamics that exist today.
The agility is there from the moment you drive away from your home.
But then when you're driving on a motorway, you get a very confidence-inspiring feeling at the higher speed. It's extremely easy to control the vehicle. If you get into a situation where there is an obstacle on the road, you can do this lane change maneuver. And what you will feel is how incredibly stable the vehicle is still at those speeds. And what you see is that there is so much smoothness in it, and the vehicle goes precisely. You steer that way, you stop steering, it stops. It's not making any overshoots or so. It is following very precisely what you're doing as a driver. You're fully in control.
Drive the car and you will find that it's a true Mondeo and a true Ford with a ride and handling and driving dynamics that you would expect from a Ford.
We get so many people saying Ford vehicles, you just feel better in them.
The 2-year delay was necessary. In the beginning of the recession, we looked at the projected industries and the downturn was, we thought, going to be protracted and deep. Actually, it was longer and deeper than anybody thought. We knew we had to right-size our capacity. That was a difficult decision that affected people that had worked with us for a long time, so not taken easily, and they did nothing wrong. To move a product from one plant to another plant takes a long time. We used that time to get the plant ready to be able to build Mondeo.
It has been a tremendous challenge. In a few months, we were asked to build a complete new building, introducing new facilities, and as well, 3 new stamping lines in Valencia.
This was, as far as I can remember in my 30 years now in this business, the first time that we took on board such a significant challenge.
As difficult as it was, I'm still convinced that we did the right thing.
We feel very proud of having our people well-trained, well-prepared to success on delivering to the world this beautiful car.
We used the time to bring in some additional body styles and powertrains to make it tailored to the European requirements.
There's such a diverse population looking for vehicles that fit different needs. Our job is to make sure that we've got the vehicle in the showroom that fits those needs. I started driving an EcoBoost in a Focus as my personal vehicle about 2.5 years ago, and suddenly I became the queen of lugging. Driving the EcoBoost in a Mondeo was even a better challenge for me. We've also got a hybrid, so this will be our first hybrid offering here in Europe.
I'm really proud, very excited to be part of the team. We achieve an astonishing 99 grams CO2. It can go up to 85 miles per hour, 130 kilometers an hour in EV mode. So typically where it matters, city centers, low speed driving, you're going without any emissions. And it drives completely silently. It's the future, it's green, exciting times.
I think the range is so broad that it is hard to imagine somebody not being able to find what they want in Mondeo.
It's the most roomy Mondeo that we've developed, and with the enhancements we've made, it's the best driving Mondeo that we've developed.
I'm extremely happy with this car. It's doing exactly what I was hoping for at the beginning of this program about 6 years ago. You get a little bit uncertain at the moment in time because all the expectations are raining on your head. And then you have these vehicles and they're finally doing what you wanted them to do. So that makes me a very happy man.
We own a customer base which is more than satisfied with the product. I think we will strengthen our position, and it will certainly help our entire strategy to grow. We're talking here really about premium competitors we're going after, but I'm pretty confident that we will play a very strong role here.
I feel good about the product that we put out. I feel good every day I come into work. I love what I do because I love what it does for our people. I like what it does for people that drive our cars. And I really believe that we can improve people's lives by the products that we make. Brilliant job. Thanks for your team.